Hey y'all, it's Claudia with Crazy Island Studios, and I'm starting this Freedom Journal Friday page with some collage, just some Tim Holtz printed tissue paper and matte medium. And can I say yay for Freedom Journal Friday? My first one done in Hawaii. I hope you guys like it. Sorry about the voiceover, but it just wasn't working out for me to do recording yet, so this is as good as I've got. And I will apologize in advance if I shake the camera. I have a new setup for right now, which involves a tripod actually on my table, which means when I touch the table, it bumps. So sorry in advance. Right here, I'm just applying some Quin Magenta and some teal in golden fluid acrylics and kind of blending them around with a little bit of a wet brush. And then I'm going to add some yellow in there. I am cleaning off my brush between the yellow and blue and the yellow and pink so that I don't get any kind of muddy color from mixing the green and the pink together. And just cleaning that off a little with the baby wipe, adding a little extra in the magenta until I get the little, you know, basically the messy look that I'm going for. So next I'm going to dry that pretty much all the way before I start coming back in. Here I'm using some fluorescent orange in the golden colors, and I got that as a little sample from Golden, and I really like it, and I have now bought all the fluorescents because I really like them. That was just a little bit of yellow and some lime green, both using the Dino Wakley Media paints. I love them. I only have white right now in the dilutions. My other stuff is still packed. Actually, as I'm recording the voiceover, I've gotten a few more of my supplies out of our container, but I didn't have any at that time, so I'm using the dilutions white. You could use any white. I just wanted to get some white on here. Now this is not totally dry, but it's really close, so it's covering pretty well. And I am just adding white over pretty much the whole thing. You'll see why in a little bit. I'm going to scrape away some of this paint to show some underlayers. So I am building basically layers of interest here by adding paint and then white and then more colors. So I'm coming back in again with some more of that fluorescent orange. I so much love the golden fluorescent paints. They are such a favorite. I wish they were a little less expensive, but I really like them. So I'm also coming back in with a little bit more of the lime green. I'm going to come in with some of this Quin Magenta again, basically building up layers with pretty much the same colors that I've already used. Just a little bit more white here. So again, just, you know, building up that layers of interest. I'm also going to come in with a little bit of teal and just building that up. For those of you who are wondering, things are going pretty good here in Hawaii. We're still in our rental house and getting very close to camping on our land. It's a little scary, I know, but it's going to be exciting. So I just hit that with a heat gun just a tiny bit to get it just a little bit dry because I don't want all of the paint to scrape away. And now I'm using a palette knife on its edge, and I have a metal palette knife, so you could try a plastic one. I don't know if it would work, or if you don't have a metal palette knife, you could try a butter knife, would probably work, just to scrape away some layers of that paint to give it this really cool, fun, aged look. And I'm really happy with the way that this turned out. And then I am going to just dust over it when I'm done scraping it with a baby wipe that's not really very wet, just kind of damp, mostly just to get the little bits off. You could probably do it with a dry towel as well. So I'm just going to clean that off real quick and get all the little bits of paint that's stuck, and then I'm going to get that good and dry before I move on. And here I'm just drawing in some flowers with a, what is that pencil? Oh, that is a Derwent Graph Tint pencil in indigo. I can't look at it to tell you all the exact words because a dog ate it. So yeah, I wasn't thrilled with the dogs, by the way. So coming back in here with some more white paint and working my way around these flowers. And I'm not being very careful about staying outside of that line because I'm going to come back in and bring those flower doodles back a little bit more to the forefront as we go along. So not really worrying about it, just kind of messy going around the flowers with the white paint to kind of help them stand out, but I don't want to take away all of that really cool stuff because I know I drive some of you crazy covering up all the work I do. And so this one's more of a muted cover up to just kind of help those flowers pop a little bit more, but not to really hide all of that really cool layers of goodness that we have going on under there. I just want to mute the background a little bit with the light layer of the white over top, but I really did try to keep that, and it might be less visible on camera, but in person you can really see all of those really good layers. Now here I'm coming back in with the baby wipe and cleaning up what little bit of messy I put onto the flowers while that paint's still wet. So you can see you don't have to be super cautious, and some of those lines are turning blue right there, and that's because that Derwent Graph Tint pencil is water soluble. So I'm coming back in with it and adding a little bit more of that pencil just to really help those flowers to stand out better, because they're kind of my whole focal point on this page is about these flowers. This is pretty much an abstract in my art journal. So I'm going back with this slightly damp baby wipe and activating that pencil just a little bit to get that nice little smudgy look and help outline those flowers a little bit more. And I'm also going to come in with a fairly stiff brush and just a little bit of water. This is a Princeton Select brush. I really like it. It's a bright and it's a little bit like it's stiff. I think it's a 1/2 inch bright, which is kind of like a filbert, only shorter. So the bristles hold their tension just a little bit better, and that's what I really like. So I went ahead and I dried that, and I'm searching for the right pencil for this, and it's so not happening. So I'm switching over here, and I want to say this is, what pencil is that? Just a graphite pencil, really, just to darken up those lines a little bit more. I'm trying to decide if I love it. If I don't love it. This is how it goes sometimes. Sometimes it's a little bit of back and forth, playing with things, seeing what I like, and going back in a little bit more with that indigo graph tint pencil. But sometimes you just have to kind of play with it, go back and forth, figure out what you're going to do, and sometimes it works really great. Sometimes you just got to keep messing with it until you're happy with it. So this is pretty much what I'm doing, just a little back and forth, playing with it. You know, wishing it would just look exactly how I want it to look. There's me thinking. Yep, I think with my hands. So I'm going to get it really good and dry here and play with it a little bit more. Now, it's really important that you get it very dry. That way, like right here, when you don't love it, that baby wipe will take it right off. Super important to me. I love my baby wipes. And I love acrylic. One of my favorite things about acrylic is the fact that you can, if you totally mess something up, as long as that underlayer is good and dry, you can really get away with taking off a lot of it. And there is a product by Atelier that is called Unlocking Formula, and you can put that in a spray bottle and it will actually unlock your acrylic paint that is a little too dry for that baby wipe to take off. It's really fun stuff to check out. I've used it on the hashtag Love Summer Art video that I created. I ended up using that on the Follow Your Dream little mixed media piece of artwork that I made. So I finally got all of that looking a bit what I liked, how I liked it, and now I'm coming back in with a pen here. This is a black ballpoint pen, and Gina Ahrens gave it to me, and I've just started using it. She said it's the closest she's found to something like the Scarlet Lime pen, which they've discontinued from what I understand. I've actually never owned a Scarlet Lime pen, so I was really excited to try this. It is the Pilot Permaball in medium, and I really like the way that it looks. So it's a new favorite pen for me. And I think it's pretty simple just to find in an office supply store, which makes it even easier to find and more to love about it. Right here, I'm just taking a Stays-On pad and rubbing along the edges because, I don't know, a page just doesn't seem finished to me sometimes unless there's some sort of grunginess around the edge of the page. So, yep, there we go. Pretty much done here with this. I wanted to keep it really simple and not do too much, so I'm just going to add a few words to it. But I really like the whole abstract flowers look, and I don't want to take away from it in any way. So I'm just writing in some words here. The words I'm writing: joy, inspiration, creativity and art. Basically just words that have, you know, an artistic meaning to me, or that have meaning to me in regards to my art journals. So I just threw those little words in there to give it a little bit more interest. And now I'm done. I'm date stamping it. I've been really bad about date stamping my work. So I'm trying to work on that a little bit. I tend to forget. Yeah, it's just something I always forget to do. So anyways, my page here is done. I like the way that it turned out. I hope you guys really like it. It's fun. This is something that I would probably put on a canvas, maybe do some additional layers with some text underneath the layers of paint. It could be really fun. So definitely something I would put on a canvas and hang somewhere in my house. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for your patience waiting for me to make videos, seeing as how I've been dealing with the move and all. And I'm really hoping to get some more out for you guys on a more regular basis. But again, I just appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Don't forget to like this video, comment down below, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything, and I'll see you guys all again real soon.